Hey everybody, welcome to this achievement guide for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on the Xbox One. Today we're going for the achievement Leave No Stone Unturned, which is to get all of the collectibles in the game. These are intel collectibles and they can be found in nearly every level. To begin, we are starting off on the level S.S.D.D, and right before you enter into the pit, looking at the pit sign, head to this building to the left where you will find your first collectible of the game. Now we are in the mission team player, mission number 2. We will get to this point in the level where we're in the school, the second floor of the school, and we will get to this large room. If you look in the room to the right, once you get into this large area, you will find your piece of intel on the table in this room. Getting our final piece of intel for the mission team player immediately from our previous intel on that table, we'll be heading out to the parking lot here, where you will find intel number 3 out of 45 and the last intel for this mission. Now on the mission Cliffhanger, mission number 3, we will get to a point where the blizzard starts to come at us. We need to put our ski goggles on and we need to take it slow and make sure we don't get caught. You will start off in this small area where you can find a ladder, climb up that ladder, and the 4th intel will be located at the top of the ladder. Later on in the mission, this is after you have snuck around and planted the C4, you'll be meeting up with Soap. Instead of going left to meet with Soap, head right down this path here, where you can find the intel located inside of this hangar through the glass. Beginning the snowmobile portion of this level, you will get to this point where you will come to a sort of fork in the road where you can go both ways. They both end up going the same way. In this center area here, you will find the intel located surrounded by all the trees. All you need to do is drive over it and pick it up, and that is intel number 6 out of 45. Skipping the mission No Russian, there are no collectibles in it. We are on mission number 5, Takedown, and this is right after you have taken down the enemy that was running away that you are going to let Soap interrogate. So this is right when you jump down into the favela area. We will be heading through the houses and to the right where the intel can be found in one of the houses. Follow along with the video to find the exact location. Making your way up the hill in Takedown, you will pass by a building with a yellow and red sign on it. Once you turn the corner, heading forward past that, you will reach this ladder. Head up that ladder and you will find the intel located on a table inside. Continuing on past the ladder that we previously climbed to get our previous intel, we will be moving forward to the building right across the street from it and heading inside where we will find the intel located on top of a table inside. Moving forward from our previous intel's building, we will be continuing on with the level just up the hill a little bit where we will find ourselves in front of a burning car. Once we have passed that burning car, we will head to the building that's directly to the right of it and head down these stairs where we will find intel number 10 and the final intel for this mission. Now, beginning the mission Wolverines, this is right after you run past that BTR, APC, whatever they're called, I can't remember. That is right after you use the smoke grenades to run past them. You will head down these alleyways and we will be making our way to the gas station that can be found right past this initial building. And it can be found right on top of the counter inside of the gas station. Now I die fairly quickly here when I reach it and I end up picking it up, so I'll just show you another quick look at where the location of it is. Moving from the previous intel's location, we are going to be heading to the main area where this mission takes place. First off, we are going to be heading to the bank, which is located to the left of Nate's. So from intel number 12, found inside of the bank, we will be heading over to the right side of Nate's. So when we were originally looking at Nate's from the beginning of the mission, the first intel, we'll be heading to the right side of Nate's, where we will find intel number 13 out of 45 located on a table inside of Taco to go. From the location of intel number 13, we are going to be heading to Burger Town for intel number 14 out of 45 and the last intel for this mission. So heading straight to Burger Town, we are going to be heading to the dumpster, and the intel can be found directly inside of the dumpster. Starting up the mission, the Hornet's Nest. This is mission number 7. This is at the beginning of the mission. We will be heading straight into this courtyard area, and we will locate a building directly in the middle. Enter into this room to find intel number 15 out of 45 and the first intel for this mission. Farther on in the mission, you will get to this grassy area where there will be a lot of enemies shooting at you. You can see we're right from the yellowish sign. You will find intel number 16 on top of these 2 barrels right before the stairs. Directly from the location of intel number 16, we'll be moving up the street, up the hill, continuing on with the mission, and keeping an eye on the right side for a multicolored building. One floor is colored different floors than the other. We do not want to look in this building for the intel, but we want to go to the building immediately after that, where we can find the intel located at the 2nd floor of the building with the Brazil flag on it. And that is the location of intel number 17 out of 45. This is the last intel for the Hornet's Nest. It is right before you start the running sequence, running through the rooftops and all. It is right after Nikolai flies over you and you make it to the soccer field. If you look at the opposite end of the soccer field, right behind the net, you can see that the intel is inside of this window here. So you can shoot out the window and grab that intel. On to mission number 8, Exodus. This is at the very beginning of the mission. You can run all the way past all these enemies, especially if you are on recruit. You can keep running past all these enemies and you will get to a building that is a small office building. It'll be on your left, right beside the fire truck, and you can head inside of the building into the back office where you will find the intel located on a desk. Continuing on from the previous building we were in, where we found intel number 19, you'll get to this checkpoint where you have to clear out all of these enemies, clear out the sentry gun that can be found here, and you will be moving forward. If you go to the right side of the checkpoint, the right security offices, you will find intel number 20 out of 45. From the previous location, you will move forward past the checkpoint where we found intel number 20, and you will head to this area past this bridge. You will see this large house to your right. It is the first house on the right. You want to head into the second house on the right, which is right past that first one. Head up the stairs of this house, then grab the intel that can be found at the top of the stairs. And that is intel number 21 and the final intel for the mission Exodus. Next up, we are on the mission The Only Easy Day Was Yesterday, and this is immediately after you have reached the very first room. We will be continuing on with the mission before you get out into the open. After you get up the second set of stairs, if you look to your left, once you get into the final room leading outside, you will find intel number 22 out of 45, which will also unlock you the halfway achievement, The Road Less Traveled. Continuing on in the mission, after your second or third breach, you will plant C4 on all of these bodies and wait for enemies to show up so you can ambush them. You will head up to the top of the scaffolding to prepare to ambush the enemies. Once they go through the door, you will explode the C4. After you have exploded the C4, we will be continuing past the enemies and moving on through the gate that they unlocked for us. Once you head through the gate that the enemies came from, you will head to the room immediately to your right where you will find intel number 23 out of 45. Later on in the mission, once you have taken out the helicopter, we will be continuing on around the corner. If you go into the room on your right, you will be able to see the intel through a fenced off area, and you can only access that area by going all the way around to the other side of the oil rig. So we're going to be making our way around to the opposite side, so that way we can pick up that intel. And that will be intel number 24 out of 45, and the final intel for this mission. Moving on to mission number 10, the Gulag. This is immediately after we have landed and cleared out the first courtyard. You get to this point where you will see some stairs before you head underground. If you head up these stairs and look at the opposite end of the room, you will see the intel in the corner. Moving on from intel number 25's location, this is where we enter into the Gulag. This is the main entrance that we take, and we can find intel number 26 located in the controls room. It is on the opposite side that you enter from, on the table. Continuing on in the mission, you will get to the point where you make it to the armory and you have to put on some riot shields for extra protection. Once you get through this portion, the gate will be opened by Ghost. You can move forward to continue searching for the prisoner. Once you get to this larger opening, there is an open cell on the right side. This is where you can locate intel number 27 out of 45. Once you get to the breaching sequence in this mission, you will get to the point where you get knocked down by Price. Once you've gone through this short cutscene, you can turn to your left and look at the wall behind you and quickly grab intel number 28, the final intel for this mission. You want to make sure that you act fast because debris will start to fall on you, and if you aren't fast enough, you will get killed. And that will be the location for intel number 28 out of 45, which is the final intel for the mission The Gulag.
Who's so?
On to the next mission, mission number 11 of their own accord. We will be making our way into this large building here where we will go to our right to head upstairs. Before we head up the stairs, if we look to our left, you will be able to see the elevator door is slightly ajar. If you walk inside, you can see that intel number 29 out of 45 and the first intel for this mission can be located in the corner. Later on in the mission, once you have made it up the stairs, this is right above where our previous intel was located. You'll get to this point where you will be making your way up this damaged part of the building. You will get to the 4th floor, if I'm not mistaken. You'll get to this point where you can see that there are enemies setting up artillery in the courtyard area. And if you look at the door directly to your left, once you enter into the room, there is somebody behind it. Shoot that door and head inside where you will find intel number 30 out of 45. And the last intel for this mission. Now we are on mission number 12, Contingency. This is right after you get spotted by that vehicle. You have to run away and hide in some bushes away from all of the patrols that are coming by. Once you have hidden and those patrols have passed you by, you can head over to your left. If you look to the left of the pipe, you can continue to move forward and you'll see a parachute that someone had escaped from. And if you look at the bottom of the parachute, that is where intel number 31 out of 45 can be found. Continuing on later in the mission, you will get the opportunity to be able to control the Predator drone. Once you have used it once to initiate contact with the enemies on this base, you can head into this hangar right here, this building that is marked with a 33. Once you head into there, head to the cafeteria area, the kitchen area, where you can find intel number 32 out of 45 located right beside the sink. Directly from the location of intel number 32, we will be heading to the helipad that is at the building across the way, where we will find the intel located to our right once we have arrived at the top. It is found in the corner and it is opposite of the helipad, and that will be intel number 33 out of 45, which is the last intel required for the mission Contingency. Now on to mission number 13, Second Son. This is right when you make it into the Oval Office, make it into the White House. We will be moving forward in the mission. They will break down this door. And if you move towards your left, you can find the intel that is located on a couch. Farther on in the mission, you will get to this point where you are making your way through a kitchen and a collapsed elevator, and you have to make your way up these stairs over here. Once you make it to the top of the stairs, if you look to your right in the next room on the 2nd floor, you will find intel number 35 out of 45, and that is the last piece of intel required for this mission. Moving forward to mission number 15, Loose Ends. This is right before you enter into the house, before you breach anything. We'll be heading to the back of the estate, where we will find intel number 36 out of 45, located at the docks. Once you have entered into the estate through a breach sequence, you will finish up with that breach sequence and head up the stairs, where we will take part in a second breach sequence. You will clear out all of the enemies that are found in this room, and you can find intel number 37 out of 45 located in the back left corner. immediately from the location of intel number 37 out of 38, we will be heading down to the basement where we will begin a breach sequence that gets us into the armory. Located inside of this armory, we will find intel number 38 out of 45, and that is the final intel required for this mission. Next up, we are on mission number 16, the enemy of my enemy, and this is at the very beginning of the mission. If you look to your right, you can see a part of a destroyed airplane, and we will be entering in through the back. And if you look at the cockpit area, you can find intel number 39 out of 45. Moving on in this mission, you will get to the point where you have to jump down from this area, and you can see a flaming airplane across the way. If you continue on, and this is roughly 100 meters from the objective, you can make your way into that plane, and again in the cockpit area, you'll find intel number 40 out of 45, which is the last intel required for this mission. On to the next mission, mission number 17, just like old times. This is right at the beginning sequence where you take out the guards right in front of the cave. We'll be heading into this cave and we'll encounter an enemy patrol. Once we hide from that enemy patrol, we will then be able to continue forward and take out this guard that we are looking at right now. And just past him to the right, once we are looking at him, we will be moving forward to grab intel number 41 out of 45. Once you are in the steam room, you will hear that there's a breach on the other end of the cave. You want to take out all the enemies coming through that breach, and immediately to the left of that breach will be intel number 42 out of 45, located on the table in the corner. After you have gone through the open area where you were required to get your ride shield, you'll get to this point where there is a large hole in the ceiling, and immediately at this objective marker here before you turn the corner, you can find intel number 43 out of 45. From intel 43's location, we'll be moving forward to take part in a breach sequence. Once you have taken care of this breach sequence, intel number 44 out of 45 can be located inside. And this will be the last intel required for this mission, and the second last intel required for the entire game. Now we are on the final mission, Endgame, and this intel can be found right before you get on the boat. If you have followed along with this video and have gotten every single piece of intel before this one, you have gotten all of the intel required for this achievement, and the achievement will be yours. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, stick around because I will be posting more guides for more games in the future. Have a good one.